one thing that you have to understand if you're going to go deeper on the path of lucid dreaming, and that's observing the mind. Because what you experience in a lucid dream oftentimes has to do with your thoughts in that moment. And sometimes it has to do with um, other energies that, again, are mental energies. But if you're going to learn to be a better lucid dreamer, you really have to observe the mind, because without that understanding, it'll be hard to make progress as a lucid dreamer. And oftentimes things will seem very confusing. So here's an example of what I'm talking about. And this example occurred in another class that I'm teaching. And there was a woman. She said she had had maybe one lucid dream or two lucid dreams. And then she heard about my technique of seeing your hands in the dream. And she began that practice. Each night before she'd fall asleep, she'd look at her hands. Tonight, when I see my hands, I'll realize I'm dreaming and become lucidly aware. And so this is what she reported. I had my third lucid experience in a longer lucid dream. I became lucid before being aware of my hands. But then I used the technique in my book, in Robert Waggoner's book. And then once lucid, looked at my hands, touched some surfaces, which is always a good thing to do in a lucid dream. As soon as you see your hands, you might want to touch something. You might want to rub your hands together to kind of increase your sense of being in the lucid dream. So this woman, it's her third lucid experience. She sees her hands. She becomes aware of dreaming. Then she writes, the dream was a bit scary about werewolves. And I was looking up a street expecting these werewolves to come down after me. Okay, so look what happens. She becomes lucidly aware and she's looking down the street. And what does she see? Werewolves. And the werewolves, as she has this feeling that they're going to come down the street after me. Even though she knows it's a dream, she still has this sense that, oh my God, there's werewolves there. And so, like most anyone, she's a little bit alarmed. But now look what happens. Then I just thought to myself, this is a dream, so they can't hurt me. Okay. Sees the werewolves, gets concerned that they're going to come down the street after her. But then suddenly she thinks, well, wait a second. This is a dream, so they can't hurt me. Now look what happens. As I thought this, the werewolves turned instantly into golden retrievers. I have a golden retriever at home, she writes, and started rolling around in the road to have their bellies rubbed. There were about 100 of them, these golden retrievers. It was such a delightful sight. So again, think of what's happening here. As soon as she thinks this is a dream, so they can't hurt me, all of a sudden she takes away the negative aspect of werewolves, the dangerous thought, the dangerous expectation, the dangerous belief. This is a lucid dream, so they can't hurt me. Then what happens? They instantly become golden retrievers. And now they're rolling around on their backs because they want to get their bellies rubbed. And then she puts parenthetically that at home, she has a golden retriever. So obviously a golden retriever has a really positive aspect for her. But this is why it's so important to observe the mind. And I'm talking about you, the lucid dreamer's mind. Because when your mind changes, then the lucid dream is likely going to change. And it'll just happen automatically. And so sometimes when we're beginners at lucid dreaming, we don't understand that when we believe or expect something or think something in our mind, that it'll make a change on a lucid dream. But you see, in this woman's third lucid dream, she began to think, wait a second, I see werewolves, but this is a lucid dream, so I don't have to worry. And as soon as that happens, the lucid dream changes. So, what you begin to understand as you go deeper into lucid dreaming, and a point that I bring up in all of my books, is that your beliefs and expectations in that moment will come into creation. You'll experience them. So, let's imagine this. Let's imagine that she's back in the lucid dream, but here's the different version. I was looking up this street expecting these werewolves to come down after me, and I got even more afraid. What would have happened? Now there'd be 10 times as many werewolves. And what would they be doing? They would be getting closer to her. Why? Because she gave in to fear. She said, "Oh my gosh, there's the werewolves. They're going to come down after me. And this is really terrifying." What happened? Now there's no more werewolves. Now they're coming after you. So again, you can see just by changing her mind, by expecting this is a dream, so they can't hurt me, then all of a sudden the golden retrievers appear. Or you could think of any number of possibilities. Oh, I see the werewolves coming down after me, but then I think this is a dream, so I can go to Paris. And boom, suddenly I fly off to Paris because I expect to be in Paris. I expect to see Paris. I expect to see the Eiffel Tower. And suddenly I'm there. The important thing, of course, is this main point. Your mind is influencing what you experience. And it normally will happen automatically. If you change your beliefs, if you change your expectation in the lucid dream, then there'll be an exact change in accordance. So your beliefs and expectations can improve, be more positive, be more constructive, and you'll see that out there in the lucid dream. Or your expectations can go the other way. Oh, this is getting worse. And what'll happen? The lucid dream will get worse. So you really can't understand lucid dreaming without seeing what I call in my books the reality creating principles of belief, expectation, focus, intent, and also your own inner awareness. So I want to bring up another aspect of this very simple lucid dream. Remember, she became lucidly aware seeing her hands. She did not ask for werewolves. Werewolves further down the street were something that just appeared after she became lucidly aware. But now that I think about it, neither did she really request golden retrievers. So that's why I bring up this idea that lucid dreams are a co-creation of your conscious self within the lucid dream and also your inner awareness. And by your inner awareness, some people would say your unconscious mind, other people would say your inner self. So all of a sudden, when she thinks, "Oh, this is a dream, so the werewolves can't hurt me," suddenly golden retrievers appear instead. And so you could say on one level that was just the automatic creation of her subconscious mind because she loves golden retrievers. But I'll tell you, when I see it, when I think about it, as I went deeper, I just began to realize that in lucid dreams, our unconscious mind, our inner awareness is with us as well. And so, for example, when I become lucidly aware, fly through a wall, and now I'm on the other side of the wall, and there's a castle and a white horse, who created all of that? I didn't create a castle or a white horse. I just flew through the wall. So you see that there's this inner awareness or this inner automatic process that creates appropriate things in the lucid dream. So that's why I say that we really don't control the dream. We influence the dream. We manipulate ourselves within the dream, but we don't really control things. We're connected in a very powerful way. So that's the lesson for today. When you look at your lucid dreams, you also have to observe your thinking, believing, expecting, or feeling. When you focus on that, then you'll see, oh, now I understand why that occurred. But if you're not mindfully observing your own mind, then you'll miss out on why things are happening in the lucid dream. It's all connected in many respects. Lucid dreaming is education in the nature of the mind. And so, if you haven't already and you want to check out my books, my second book, Lucid Dreaming Plain and Simple, is all about the techniques on how to have lucid dreams, how to stabilize the lucid dreams so they last a long time, how to achieve your goals, and how to understand these kind of basic issues. My first book, Lucid Dreaming Gateway to the Inner Self, kind of explains how deep you can go in lucid dreaming, how profoundly amazing it can be as you go deeper and deeper and deeper into lucid dreaming. All the books are on Audible, so you can listen to them. The books are also in German and French, and also you can find them in Amazon and in a number of countries.